A hand surgeon by day, at night he becomes Dr. Hot Rod. Jim Booker introduces us to a man who operates two businesses. This on Booker's Beat at noon.
Scalpel, rongeur, hemostat. Perfect.
Dr. Mark Tresiak works on human bodies at the hospital and car bodies here at his place, High Tech Hot Rods, on Neff Road in Dayton. His passion for automobiles goes way back to when he was a kid. He loved muscle cars. So after medical school, he had a little cash left over, and he decided to have a hot rod built for himself.
And the shop I took it to was a little nefarious, and I said, you know what, I think I can do it better myself.
And you know what? He did. Hiring the best of the best like Jake the shop foreman and Robbie and Eddie, his body shop artists, as he calls them, seen here in the man cave at High Tech Hot Rods. You know, you got to have a man cave. It's where you solve the problems of the world. Oh, and also talk about cars.
Matt, when is your next race coming up?
Not till March in Gainesville, Florida.
A valuable lesson was learned from that unpleasant experience at that body shop he talked about. But he knows one thing, that's not going to happen here.
I know how I was treated at the other shop, and I would never do that to our customer.
Now, Dr. T says he doesn't confuse the two professions. I mean, he knows one is a wrench and the other one's a scalpel. But sometimes the professions, well, they do crisscross.
I probably have more patients that talk to me about my hot rods than the other way around.
So what do they do here at High Tech Hot Rods? Well, they soup up automobiles, meticulously putting it together, sort of like Mark does when he's in surgery. Make sure everything's right. Like, for instance, this automobile, it's not your grandfather's 57 Chevy anymore.
It has a Corvette motor. It has all Corvette suspension. It's got a totally aftermarket frame underneath it, brand new interior, and obviously great lines. And so this is just a gorgeous car.
So if Dr. T had to pick one profession over the other, which one would it be?
You know, it's just like anything. Hand surgery is my job. It's my first love. It's what I pour all my energy into. But I don't golf. I don't hang out at a country club. I don't do any of that. I'd rather race or be around cars.
And speaking of cars, Doc, is there any hope for souping up the Bookmobile?
We could probably crush it and then turn it in for scrap metal and then put a down payment on a hot rod.
On Booker's Beat, Jim Booker, 2 News, on your side.